278 women entered the sacred grounds of the Alabaster Camp in 1997. Not one was seen again. No graves. No police files. No bodies. Only one blood-stained journal left behind, and its last page reads, "He is among us now." This is not fiction. This is not a ghost story. This is a true account, suppressed, forgotten, and buried by those sworn to protect the sacred. Today, we follow the trail of 278 missing women, from faith into fear. In the spring of 1997, a religious movement known only as the Restoration of the Bride began quietly recruiting women from villages across Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Flyers described it as a spiritual healing retreat for women wounded by the world. No men allowed. No phones. No contact. Only prayer, fasting, and silence. Over the next 4 months, 278 women, aged 19 to 42, disappeared into what they believed was a sacred journey. The retreat, known as the Alabaster Camp, was located in the Carpathian Mountains, a region surrounded by ancient monasteries, folklore, and blood-soaked religious history. But when families asked local priests where the camp was, they were met with blank stares, or silence. The only known photo of the camp shows 13 white tents, arranged in a perfect circle, and a black wooden cross in the center. It was never registered, never inspected, and never found again. 5 years later, in 2002, a hunter discovered a cracked leather journal beneath an abandoned chapel near the Polish-Ukrainian border. The chapel, known locally as the Silent Mouth, was once a monastery, until 19 monks reportedly died overnight in 1887, their mouths filled with dried blood and ash. The journal was water-damaged and burned at the edges. It belonged to a 26-year-old woman named Leona Vekna, one of the 278.
We are not allowed to speak his name, only breathe his light. The High Mother says our tongues must be clean for when he returns. Some women are missing. The mother says they were taken early, and we must be glad. But I heard screaming from the river. We were told to dig. We were told we would be buried and reborn.
Leona's final entry was dated day 91. It ends with only 5 chilling words. He is among us now. After the journal was authenticated, authorities launched a limited investigation, one which quickly went cold. Why? Because there were no birth records for Leona Vekna. No photos. No fingerprints. And then, the journal itself vanished from evidence. Independent researchers tried to trace the Restoration of the Bride movement, but the trail only led to a handful of closed convents and the ruins of a church burned in 1913. Locals refused to speak. One priest said, they were not taken by man. They were taken by belief. A year later, a grave was discovered near the original monastery. It was empty. But the soil was red. And inside was a perfectly preserved white veil, embroidered with 278 names. So what happened to the 278 women of the Alabaster Camp? Some say they were part of an apocalyptic sect that carried out a mass self-sacrifice, believing it would bring about the return of Christ. Others believe it was a human trafficking operation disguised as faith, with the women buried in the wilderness, or sold, or worse. But the most chilling theory comes from the only woman who escaped. In a 2004 psychiatric interview, now sealed, she whispered,
"He wore no face, but all of us saw it. When we sang, he got closer. When we stopped, he screamed."
She died 3 days later. What do you think happened in those sacred camps? Were these women misled by blind faith, or something much older, much darker, than any religion? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, faith is sacred, but belief can be deadly. Subscribe for more forgotten truths.